Everybody lies sometime, but when companies lie a lot, it starts to become a problem. It's not right when they lie about recalls, lie about fixes, lie about engine problems, and lie about all kinds of issues. It becomes tiring, and when your customer gets tired, they shop somewhere else. Your marketing department can't keep them, and they can't win them back. Bear as much discomfort and awkwardness as you can on your bike. With BRP Trikes, this isn't necessary. All Can-Am bikes are comfortable and don't require the drivers to bend over the gas tank or lean all the way back like on a chopper. Some BRP Trikes are more comfortable than others, but none are as radical as the extremes that's on the market. You can only ignore aches and pains for so long, and then you must buy a reverse trike. Stay to the final act to see my bonus fact. Now back to the show. Pay extra for things that should be standard on your bike. If it should be standard, it should be free. Why should they try to squeeze every dime out of their customers? Most people have a sense of fair play, and they know when something ain't right and when something should be included in the deal. When almost everything is extra, it makes the customer feel like he's being cheated, and they begin to feel ill will towards the manufacturer. When most agree that something should be free, then let it be. Accept being told it's normal when you know there is a problem with your bike. This can make any motorcycle owner mad. You know your bike, only you ride your bike, so how can a service tech tell you it's normal? Unless he knows they built your bike with a known defects without a recall. This is insidious. After 100 years, you can't treat people this way. Karma won't allow it. If you know something is wrong, you should fix it. How can it be normal if everybody is complaining about it? This insults a person's intelligence. It may be normal for their bikes, but it's not the norm for the industry. Ignore other people's motorcycles, bikes, and trikes. How can anyone ignore the vast variety of fantastic bikes and trikes that's on the market? You may not want to own them, but you sure can't ignore them. Most won't fit your style or budget, but they all are making a statement. And the drivers are keeping air in their hair. And most people think Auto-cycles are part of the motorcycle community. Most Can-Am owners have mad respect for other people's bikes and trikes and Auto-cycles. Ignore and accept loud bikes, rattles, and vibrations. I guess it's easier to leave them in than to engineer them out. Not only they want the public to ignore loud rattles and vibrations, they want us to pay a premium for the privilege of paying good money for bad and outdated bikes designs. You can fool the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. With AI and the internet, if it's bad, the whole world is going to know. You can't hide the truth. It's going to be known. And the service tech telling you it's normal doesn't make it normal, especially when your gut feelings is telling you it shouldn't be that way. You'll need several vacations from all these vibrations. Buy as much bike as you can, no matter what's the cost or even if you can't afford it. This is ego and it's out of control. No one can talk you out of it. This too is insane. No one can afford what they can't afford. If you buy something that breaks the bank, what good was your bank in the first place? This is a toy, not a necessity. We keep our priorities straight to keep our finances great. This is Dancing with the Devil Part 3. And please check out Part 1 and 2 on my channel. Ignore overall poor bike quality. This doesn't make sense. How can a person overlook poor quality? It'll affect the entire riding experience if you're paranoid about what could go wrong next. Good quality is the only way you can have peace of mind. Poor quality means the longer you have something, the more you become dissatisfied with it. It only takes a little more effort to make a good quality product. Poor quality items mess up your reputation and destroys your future sales. It also makes previous customers mad. Poor quality leads to hostility. Buy the heaviest bike you can. The question is why? The weight of the bike can affect everything from braking to takeoff to engine torque to handling and stability. A bike that's heavy will make my wallet lighter. Most people only want what's appropriate. Too much is too much. The heaviest bike is not what we like. Ride the tail of the dragon as fast as you can. This sounds insane. Who wants to take a chance on crashing their bike or hurting themselves? But this is what they try to tell us. Many bikes have gone off the side of the road listening to them. Speeding is for professionals on a closed track, not amateurs on a public road. We Can-Am owners do not have a need for speed. Love the classic, traditional bike looks. It seems easier for the manufacturer because they don't have to keep up with life. Just keep everything the same and make it seem desirable. Only motorcycle manufacturers can con people not to ask for or demand a change. I can't think of anything that's over 100 years old that's called a classic. A classic look should drain our bank books. Balance as much weight on a two-wheel bike as possible. Why strain your body instead of letting the bike balance everything you want to carry? I call this working smart instead of working hard. If mechanics can do the heavy work, then let it. Remember, all of your gear, some luggage, the passenger, and you weigh a lot, and keeping it all balanced is a tall order. Your legs, muscle, and upper body strength cannot stall even for a moment, or everything is going down. You don't have to chance it with a BRP, Ryker, Spyder, or Canyon reverse trike. There's no Superman anymore. Stay to the end of this video and see my bonus point. And now it's back to the show. Ride your bike anywhere. This isn't possible with a two-wheel bike. Gravel, sand, wet surfaces, snow, oil slick, or debris can cause problems that you don't want. A Can-Am Ryker Rally or Canyon can be ridden almost anywhere. Only BRP makes a bike that's made for this type of riding. You must beware if you try to ride your two-wheel bike everywhere. Ignore your bike's manufacturing indifference to what their customer wants. They say that the customer is always right, but some bike manufacturers ignore their customers and act as if they're not paying attention to their requests. This can't go on forever. Look what happened to Sears, Blockbusters, Montgomery Wards, and American Motors. Most of the time, BRP pay attention to the requests and they try to respond. Pretending you care shouldn't be like hot air. Ignore long wait times for bike shop appointments. How can anyone ignore this when the riding seasons are already short? You're willing to pay exorbitant prices for the privilege. Why can't they work this out? Other industries have found a solution to this customer service issue. This doesn't make any sense. This is not true dealing with BRP. You can get a break from this crazy merry-go-round. All you have to do is stop and think. Bonus tip. Ignore the truth and the facts about reverse trike design. It's hard to ignore the truth when stubborn facts keep getting in the way. The truth is, reverse trikes offer superior stability, handling, and braking performance compared to two-wheel bikes. For example, reverse trikes have better stability and better handling because the wheel's forward design keeps the center of mass within the triangle formed by the wheels, doing hard braking and quartering, preventing tipping, better than a real wheel heavy design. Also, braking is improved because weight shift forward during braking and two front wheels provide superior stopping power, reducing the risk of skidding compared to a single front wheel. There's a lower risk of reverse bikes turning over. While traditional trikes can tip on sharp turns, reverse trike front-end weight distribution makes it significantly more planted even at higher speed. In short, the facts are that reverse trikes are generally more safer, more stable, and more agile than traditional three-wheelers, provided they are designed with proper suspension geometry. Everything is redefined with a reverse trike design. This is Spyder by Mike, and leave a comment and a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.